Greetings everybody and welcome to G4G on YouTube. It is Napalm Dawn and we are here for Thursday night fights on the eve, 4th of July, for us Americans, a time of great joy and this year deep sadness in the States, and a time in which we look at our hands and make sure they have all 10 fingers and their feet to make sure they all have 10 toes, because maybe tomorrow that will change. If you haven't seen it already, go to YouTube and look at the footage of the California fireworks factory exploding. It was footage from a couple of days ago, I think probably no more than a week old at this point. Basically, a California fireworks factory catches on fire, and then it proceeds to blow up, and then it's a fireworks show. It is amusing. I don't think there was any loss of life, so it is nothing to be particularly sad about, but it is, boy, is it a spectacle. As always for Thursday night fights, let's go ahead and get into the disclaimer. Please read and listen carefully. Read the video description down below to see the links on how to get to our Facebook, our Discord. We do have a Reddit also to download the most recently available version of the game, which is 5.2. There is no ETA on Beta 6. Don't ask about it. Don't hint at it. Don't try to reword your question as to finding out whether it will be this year, this decade, this century, this lifetime. Just don't even bother. A lot of people lately have been missing that point, and it's getting really, really frustrating and actually kind of ridiculous at this point. There are no mobile versions for it. There will never be an iOS version. There could potentially be an Android version if at some point in time the Unity project is exported to an Android APK via the Android plugin to Unity. I've tested it myself. It failed. It could potentially be worked on in the future. It is not a priority. And there is a major difference between 5.2, which is the version you can download, and what you will see me playing, because I am on version 6.04. Again, there's been a lot of questions about that, like, why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? What about a lockbox? What about this? What about that? This is the explanation for that. This is the answer to that question. 5.2 is not a full-featured beta. It has limitations as to what is available in that game. So you are going to see things on the screen here in this video because it is closed beta 6.04, and it is going to be different from open beta 5.2. No, you cannot get access to beta 6.04 right now, as it is a closed beta for the testers only. Now that we have that out of the way, time for today's fight. So prior to the video, I experimented with a team based around Black Knight. If you happen to catch my streams, if you happen to watch my videos way back in the day, 10 years ago or more, God, that... Process that for a second. Process that 10 years ago, we were in the next to the last year of the original Marvel Avengers lines. We were sitting there in 2015 with a really robust game and a great roster and a lot of spec ops under our belt. Amazing gear, botched PvP seasons, good PvP seasons, bad PvP seasons, fucked up bugs, shitty characters like Cammy, amazing characters like the Worthy. Think about it. 10 years ago, we were playing this original game, and here we are, still able to play it, at least to some degree, until the next betas are released and everything. It's crazy to think that there exists that time in the past. To me, it kind of blows my mind that I was... 2015, I was out of a job that I hated and was doing the first batch of streaming that I did, which was a really, really fun time. We had the From the Helicarrier cast, the ending of PvP seasons on the Monday, and playing matches in the last hour on stream and seeing what the rank would be. Certainly good times, and hopefully we will be able to get back to there some point in the near future. But at around that time, and still to this day, I love Black Knight. I think Black Knight is an amazing character. He has two very, very good passives. One is he has the ability to jump in and defend, or jump in and add an attack on people who were bleeding. Great passive, works really, really well with anybody who does bleeds, especially with anybody who can do an AoE bleed. Like, if you took Quicksilver and put the Pugilist ISO on him that says that you do bleeds when you do unarmed melee attacks, there you go. He's guaranteed pretty much to go first, and he has a giant spin to win AoE ability. There's everybody getting bleeds. Nightcrawler can do it with a swashbuckler uniform. Tiger can do it. There's a lot of characters who can do an early AoE bleed and everything, and that's exactly what Black Knight loves. And the other passive of Black Knight says that when you do a slashing attack, it adds a stack of bleeds. So if you're somebody who does not do any bleeds on your attack, like say Sif or Spiral, you now do bleeds on it. And if you did a bleed on that slashing attack, like say Wolverine, you now do 2 bleeds. Somebody like Black Cat, who has the Claws uniform and can up her stacks of bleeds to 2, can put out an immediate maxed out 3 stacks of bleeds. Black Knight is around. Wonderful, wonderful character. One of my favorite tacticians of all time. And he was bugged in PvP for a while. There was that one season where he was basically invincible for the first 3 rounds, maybe 2 rounds of combat, where you just could not ding him whatsoever. He just kept blocking everything, took no damage, he had the magic warding. One of my favorite characters, 2 of my favorite passives in the game. Unfortunately, in the Redux betas, only one of his passives work, and that is the passive of blocking attackers that have bleeds and adding attacks to those who are bleeding. Now, if both of his passives work, the Devourer, the hardest working weapon in the game, as I always say, is amazing for the agent, because the Devourer is a magic, slashing, bleeding AoE weapon. So one swing of that, everybody has 1 stack of bleeds. If you have Black Knight on the field, 1 swing of that now has 2 stacks of bleeds. The Devourer counters. So if you hit the agent and then Devourer swings for free, there's 2 stacks of bleeds instantly for you having done nothing but attack the agent. And there you go. Well, I was trying Nightcrawler Swashbuckler, who unfortunately is not adding the bleeds to his attacks like he's supposed to, and Black Knight, and a lot of things went really, really weird, and it was a horrible match. And I didn't like the way the team was performing, because my Black Knight is only level 3 at this point. Nightcrawler is broken. Black Knight's passives are broken, they're buggy. The 2 combined to unfortunately suck, and they should have been amazing. So instead, I'm deciding to go with a attrition-based team right now. So basically what you're seeing is a very energy-heavy, magic attrition-style team that is not that hard to build. So in my store just recently, although I think it's a little early, as I am only in the end of the Valkyrie Spec Ops. I just have to defeat Destroyer over here, and then I have Valkyrie. And then it's on to the Havoc Spec Ops, and Havoc is a fan favorite, as you can imagine. But in my store, the Cosmic Cardinal and the Radian Cannon showed up. And my gold was really good, as you can see up here. Even after these 2 purchases, I'm still at 742. So all you people who were scared about losing the cheat mode from the earlier betas, don't worry about it. I'm only a level 104, and my resources are amazing. I have 9 million and 9.5 million silver, half Satan on my CP over there at 333, and 752 gold. No cheats, simply playing the game, and I'm not even level 105. Oh, and my energy refills are this much: 3,339 small energies, 407 mediums, and 137 fulls. So don't worry about missing out on your cheat mode. I picked up these 2, the Radiant Cannon, Cosmic Cardinal, and these are going to up my defense along with the pawn. When I get hit, I'm going to make a shield. I'm going to get defensive experiment. And I have the Hoarfrost Mace to tank over the Blade of the Guardian this time, to hopefully survive death. Magik and Scarlet Witch, while being in Marvel Rivals, that is a tie that binds them, they also like to do attrition, which the Radian Cannon loves to exploit. So, there you go. We're going to try and do a little bit of a attrition exploit team. We're going to try to set up the attrition, and then we're going to exploit it. And oh my god, look who it is. It is Agent Valentine, who is, oops, I treaded on myself. He's treading on himself with a bunch of his own dots already installed. Deathfrost and Poison. Stepping Disc is stealthy. Great, great. God, I love Magik. I really, really do. She's just such a good character. I tried using her in Marvel Rivals the other night, and boy, was it rough. I'm a very conservative Magik player in Rivals. I make sure I have a lot of my cooldowns up before I engage instead of going ham and dying. And I was kind of dying because I wasn't getting heals. I had a great kill-death ratio, but my DPS kind of sucked. Alright, so defensive experiment has already gone out on me. They do not have any tacticians, so a clean Tech Spears is going to go out, which then could be made into a catalyst. Probability Field could be bad, but it didn't seem to do much. We are going to Radian Cannon the enemy agent because we know he has a bunch of dots on him. Pretty solid number. By the way, one of the practice matches that I did before I started filming was against a Emma Frost, and the Psychic Tap at this level of hit points was doing massive damage. I was getting hit for 11k from a Psychic Tap. Because she attacked a Infiltrator, Magik now has her full 2 soul charges, which means we have Soulfire, Dark Void, Deathfrost. We're gonna have some fun. There is a bruiser over there. Oh well, we will have to deal with it. My agent will have to deal with it. We want dots because they have shields, and in all honesty, the Soulfire should take the shields out. Little buggy on that, but you have to pretend this is a working world here. And Soulfire would actually be using their buffs right around now. And now they're poisoned thanks to Magik's passive, so they have a ton of attrition debuffs on them, especially the enemy agent. I still have the shield from the pawn, so I'm going to Radian Cannon him. 10k! 10k at a Fiery Retribution for the overkill. Let us Arcane Blast the enemy structure. So that's going to convert the Hex into a lot of dots. Radiant Cannon addition on that one was weak. But we're pounding her with a bunch of passives. And we gave her crit bonus, and she's gone. She's out of there. Okay. I'm going to stand in front of Invisible Woman and put a shield on myself and just stare at her like I can do that too. And she melts the dots. So, one win in the bag. Really fun match. Speaking of the Fantastic Four, how many of you guys out there are really interested in seeing it? I feel like I'm not. To me, so I wanted to see Thunderbolts. Around my birthday, I was like telling my girlfriend, I was like, hey, if you want a birthday gift from me, take me to see Thunderbolts. It never wound up happening. There was a lot of things going on at that time. I was ramping up towards being at the job that I'm at now, and we were doing things around that. So it just didn't wind up happening. Although I think it is available for streaming now. I do need to catch it. I do want to see it. I knew I wanted to see the Falcon and like the Red Hulk movie in the theater, and we did. I want to see Thunderbolts in the theater. We missed it, but I wanted to. Fantastic Four, I just felt like, nah, I think I want to see this one for free. And I still stand by it. The trailers that I've seen for it, as Shania Twain once said in the 90s, that don't impress me much. Wasn't really interested in it. The suits look stupid. Just none of the characters really look right to me. Thing cooking and tasting it with his rock pinky wasn't really on board with that. Doctor Strange is a tactician, which is sucky. He's already done the terrorism boost. Okay, we're gonna have to deal with it. He's already done the terrorism boost. Doctor Strange has done Doctor Strange things. It can't get any worse at this stage. Oh well, if he gets an extra turn. I'm gonna go for Ghost Rider, simply because he's already low. The enemy agent doesn't seem to be tanking, so I may as well not use Stepping Disc. I'll just go with Soul Sword, because we'll have Mace. Radian Cannon adds and gets the kill. Nice. Perfect. It's free real estate. Ooh, Cosmic Flame. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is he gonna... Ooh. Okay, that's not too bad, and my agent survived it because of the pawn. He survived it really well. Scarlet Witch is hurt. I don't have my flashing eye this week, so I can't keep her healthy. Ooh. Hey, you stole that from me. He did the Dark Void Soulfire trick. You dirty bastard. You took that from me. Oh, fuck you, Stephen Strange. We're in trouble. We are in some serious trouble right now. We could Chaos Shield. Oh boy, what is going on here? That free Radian Cannon hit is good, but I think, we're going to lose. We are going to perish. I have to do Unleash Hell now. And get the dots out. Because Magik is going to collect... We're going to see one of the first losses in a while. Okay, there's a lot of dots on them. Ooh, there goes my agent, and Magik's gonna... Oh, damn. Agent Jury sits there and looks around the battlefield and stands alone. Theoden King stands alone, no more. Wow. Okay, so that was a pretty robust loss over there. We absolutely took that one on the chin. So we're now 1-1. But it's good. We need losses like that because it shows that PvAI is not always going to be a cakewalk. Oh, no. I cannot do 2 Emma Frost Psychic Taps. I think I'm going to open up the Chaos Shield. Alright, 2 of the characters are protected. The 2 that don't have shields, unlike my agent, so that's not too bad. Please don't stun me. Please, Psychic Tap Mommy, don't stun me. Alright, she didn't. So, I'm gonna get my Scrapper bonus off of Agent Flynn. And that's my 2 soul charges. So, yeah, as I was saying, Fantastic Four. It just looks... The characters look stupid to me. I hate what I'm seeing of them. And it's not a hill I'm going to die on. If you're really interested in seeing them, or you have seen them, and you thought it was good, fine. Comment down below. But I just... Yeah, not doing it for me. I will see it when it comes out for free on Disney Plus. And this weekend I will watch Thunderbolts. I promise. I think this should be an easy win. There is a blaster over there against my bruiser. There is a tactician over there against my blaster. So they have some advantage. And that's a bad tactician. You don't want Emma putting out 2 psychic taps in a round. Okay. Unleash Hell. And it's funny, if you play Marvel Rivals, when Hela does her ultimate, she goes, Hell Unleashed! Which is Magik's kind of big, one of her big attacks in this one is Unleash Hell, so it kind of fits. She does not have, she has some dots, okay. Radian Cannon. Sizable damage. We can now deal with her getting an extra turn, that's fine. Oh, wow. Melt. That is Melt City. Alright. We are 2-1. 2 left to go. And again, not a particularly complicated setup for the gear. The Hoarfrost Mace is the Valkyrie Spec Ops, which is number 5. And then the Radian Cannon and the Cosmic Cardinal will show up in the store when you get around the Havoc Spec Ops. It is not exactly free. You will spend gold. And then the Rook, or the Pawn, can be farmed. And then the Hoarfrost Mace is given to you by the Spec Ops, so... it's a half and half. A little bit cheap, a little bit expensive. And dueling tank agents over here. My bruiser suit is configured a little bit more on the healthy side. Attack. I specifically want that I could dedicate to being a little on the defensive side. When I was running a very tanky counter agent recently, there were definitely some fights where yeah, I was not super equipped on the ISOs to take a lot of damage. And I was dealing with a lot of near-death situations and everything. Through the shield. Right through it. But he takes a Radiant Cannon for it. One of the, I was talking about Black Knight, saying that he is one of my favorite characters due to his passives. Pretty soon, I will be unlocking. So he's been catalysted. You need to be. Pretty soon, I will be unlocking the general release of Union Jack. Union Jack is another one of my favorite characters because of his... He loves extra attacks and he loves counters so much. You can absolutely build a team around Union Jack. And then when you start being able to work with EISOs and AISOs, Union Jack really, really takes off. And by the way, he works with Black Knight. I'm going to hold that one a little close to the chest, but you can see that I have covered Black Knight and Union Jack together on my channel way back in the day. I believe the team was Team Blackjack. You can see it in my history. You can search for it, or don't, and let it be a surprise when I can finally team them up again and everybody's working properly. Alright, so we're back dealing with Agent Valentine. He definitely shows up once a week. He was the agent who, a couple months ago, infamously changed his class mid-battle. He started off as a bruiser and somehow became a... Fault Eater is a good gun for this team that I'm running because it does the poison and the burning, which is to attrition debuffs and everything. Let's go for Invisible Woman before she starts really shielding the team. Close. Close. Probability field. I think they got magic shields. Wow. Wow, and Sue was almost out of there. Is she hexed? No, damn. She... Ooh, okay, so that extra turn is because of a bug with the Cardinal. I'm not going to complain, though. It's really handy, because maybe I can give her a bunch of dots, and she's dead. Good. Alright, we don't have to worry about the big, massive shields yet. We do have two soul charges, so it's time for dots. More dots, more dots, more dots, more dots. If you've never seen it, go to YouTube, type in Anixia wipe raid animation. It's very funny. It's more funny if you're a World of Warcraft player because you will get the jokes, but even if you're not, it's still a very funny thing. I was not a raid leader in World of Warcraft like that guy. That guy was fucking over the top. Okay. Enemy agent suicides. That vampiric is really hurting. I think that is a bug with the signpost debuff. Yeah, that's not supposed to keep happening. We need to get Scarlet Witch out of here before we melt. Oh my god! Woof. Okay, so 4-1. It has been many, many weeks since I have had a loss, and to be honest, that was a healthy loss. It looked close at the end. In reality, it was not. We were falling apart, limb by limb, piece by piece, sinew by sinew, in that fight. But you know, again, it has to happen. Not everything could be a perfect world video like somebody used to do when they were producing their videos for this game on YouTube. Yeah, not everything can go perfectly. Sometimes things will fall apart, and it honestly is good to see those. Have I had perfect seasons as I've gone through these tournaments? Yes. Have I had a season be almost perfect and gotten 1 or 2 losses? Yeah, and it's frustrating if you think you're going to go for a perfect season, you wind up with a loss or 2 because of some bullshit, or just simply because you got outplayed by the AI. But it happened. So 4-1. Hope you enjoyed this attrition team. And again, as usual, if you have any ideas for a PvP team for next week's video, put it down in the comments below. I will be streaming on Twitch Friday afternoon, 3:00 p.m. Eastern Time on the 4th of July. And happy to announce that the Friday streams are back. Initially, I thought my job was going to consume my Fridays and take that off the calendar. It is now back because the setup that they did for me, they sort of gave me the wrong information. And I called them out on it, and I am back to the original schedule that I was hired for. So 3 out of 4 Fridays in a month. I will be streaming on Twitch, so find me there on the 4th of July at 3:00 p.m. Eastern. And also there is a link down below to Goofy's GoFundMe. That is not a GoFundMe for the game or the beta or for him to do any work on the beta or the coding or anything. It is simply to help him out for a medical situation, a relatively dire medical situation in his family, and after this week's events in American Congress, if you follow it or you don't, it's just about ready to get a whole lot worse here in the States. And Goofy's brother is one of the people who is going to be affected by that kind of thing. So you'll find a link down below. Everybody have a good weekend, and if you are an American citizen like myself, do not blow your hands up holding fireworks. Please, everybody, keep their fingers so that they can play this lovely game along with me. Have a good one, everybody.